Welcome to the Q&A of Live at the Counts. Cooking on Three Burners, Stella Angelico. Thank you so much for an incredible show.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Jake, I'm going to start with you. Cooking on Three Burners, multiple decades, this band. What is the secret to sustaining a band across multiple decades?
Don't have too many members. The 10-piece version didn't last very long. But playing with your friends and always looking for something new is probably what we always try and do. You know, we're always finding the next thing or the next groovy sound or the next stumbled upon the next exciting thing. So we're always searching. And but having said that, we've got plenty of things to sort of lean back on if we need something comfy and cozy.
That was a totally vague response, and I loved it. I think it was, I don't know. We're just still here. We don't know.
Yeah.
Still loving it. That's what you want to see. Dan, one for you. What do you think makes a great collaboration musically?
I think finding people who are on the similar wavelength in terms of openness and like being ready to try something new and to sort of see what happens and sort of become part of a collective consciousness rather than trying to let sort of ego go a little bit, you know, I think is important.
Very spiritual.
Just, because that question was totally the first time I'd ever heard
Very
it.
spiritual, Dan.
I'm putting them on the spot. They did ask me at soundcheck, can we have the questions in advance? And I said no.
Can I speak to that?
Please, yeah.
Sure, Stels.
I heard some musicians talking once, and they said I think they captured that in a really great way. And they said when you're collaborating, your only responsibility is to the song, or whatever the creative project is. You know, you get out of the way, and you're just making a beautiful piece of art, a great piece of art.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah. Or something really ugly that moves people. You know.
All going according to if all goes according to a plan, a good piece of art will come out of it. Yeah.
So Ivan and Jake, this one's for you two. I specifically wanted to ask you about This Girl, which is a song that you originally put out in 2009, and it was a really sweet soul hit that people loved. It bought on record, but it's an entire second life when French DJ Kungs took it on, and it has since been a #1 hit in over 10 countries and has gone platinum in multiple countries. It's been used in film, and it's everywhere. It's been a massive, colossal success, and a huge congratulations on that. Over 1 billion streams. Which is amazing. Aria nominated for Song of the Year. It was the most Shazammed dance track of the year it was released. Jake, when you first heard the remix, did you think it was going to have that reaction? What was your first thoughts on hearing the remix?
Well, I'm quite in a soul bubble or a jazz soul bubble, and so I don't have a huge, broad kind of EDM listening kind of experience. So it was quite foreign to me, to be honest. But it took a little while to kind of warm to it and then appreciate how you can kind of mix the organic with the, the synthesized, or however you want to say it, and these two worlds kind of collide. And I think that's what really happened well with that song, is we have this wonderful organic feel and summery feel, but it also has this real kind of urgency and driving kind of right in the middle of the pop world, which you kind of need both worlds to collide for that. So once I understood how that worked, and I kind of relaxed with the fact that the chorus was no longer in there, because I was quite keen on the chorus, but the chorus had sort of changed. But that was once I got into that idea, I really appreciate it, and it's a good thing.
Something new and something cozy and comfy.
Yeah, that's right.
What about for you, Ivan? How do you feel when you go to Fitness First, or you walk into the shops or the airport in Kuala Lumpur, or all these other places where your song is on constant repeat? How do you feel, especially as a drummer, when DJ Kungs kind of didn't exactly use your drum pattern and there's a lot of...
I believe I got some tambourine and some claps in there. That's about it. I mean, same as Jake. It's not my go-to genre to listen to, but over a few listens, I did get into it and really appreciate his production. I mean, I have gotten into big beat and stuff, so I'm aware of some beats like that. But yeah, he did an amazing job. But hearing it in those places and even Coles for a while, I was just like, and my wife was like, "Hey, I'm like, yeah, okay." So it's pretty weird. It was new to me and that feeling, but I appreciate it, and it was a blessing, and he did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's amazing, and a huge congratulations, because that's all we want to do as songwriters, right? Is write something that resonates with people. So it might have taken a different life in a different way, but it's resonating with people. And I think one of my favourite clips that I've seen is in the UK, where some of the footy teams are chanting the section of that song when particular footy players kick a goal. It's the unofficial anthem for about 6 footy players now. And to see this entire huge stadium chanting a song from Melbourne's own Cooking on 3 Burners, I'm like, that's very cool. That's very cool. Yeah. We've got a question here from Paddy, which I think is for you, Jake. The Hammond organ is such a 60s sound. What is it about that sound that attracted you to it?
Well, some of you may know or may not know that saxophone is also kind of one of my main instruments, and what I really loved about the Hammond organ was the fact that you could be part of the rhythm section. You were kind of the back line or the backbone of the band, but then you could also transform into a soloist as well. So I love that juxtaposition of being able to do both, where when you're playing saxophone, you're up the front and that's it. and so that's one of the things that drew me to the Hammond organ. And also I just love the sound. It has such a warm and cozy kind of feel. And that just got me. So, yeah.
I've got another audience question here from Devi, which is for Stella. Was there any singers that you grew up wanting to be?
Probably lots. I'm trying to think. I think as so many. As a little girl, I really loved Tina Turner, all the girl groups of the 60s. Of course, like a lot of people, I shouldn't say most people, I love Dolly Parton. I love the film 9 to 5. I think that was quite formative. I don't know, actually also a lot of, soul male song singers as well. Like I love Otis Redding and, so lots, just people who have... my partner's an Irish musician, and they have a word for this kind of, like he plays traditional Irish music, and they have a word for that kind of fire, that just something very real and raw, and you might be able to help me with this. Interestingly, Dan's partner is also a traditional Irish musician. And
Correct.
There's some little known facts for you guys.
Yep.
And they have this word, the nya. So I think that, if someone has...
pronounced like, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, if someone has the nya, they can be, from, male, female, any in between, any sort of genre. If they've got the nya, I'm there for it. Yeah.
I want to come to your house for that playlist. That sounds great. So I love the Enter Sandman arrangement. How fun was that? So good. And I know that you've also recorded a version of Cars, and there's some other kind of songs that are sort of soul treatments of pop records or rock records. How do you know this song is going to work well with a funk treatment?
We don't.
Trial and error. We just try a bunch.
It's always quite fun though, because it's quite a
Short list.
There's a long short list, and there's lots of emails that go around, and lots of kind of arm wrestling in gentle kind of ways. Oh, I've got the perfect one. No, it's not gonna work. But finally one will surface, and it's just sort of a natural selection that comes up.
Usually it's on like our lunch break. We start sort of when we run out of things to talk about because we see each other every week, you know. So we sort of go, oh, what cover should we do next, you know? And so lots of the times just over a bandmai or something, we're trying to work out what to kind of throw into the mix to kind of, you know, sort of twist things around a little bit, you know, not to cover like a funk tune, but like some bizarre really well-known pop tune. And sort of when we do Sandman, like we start playing it and people sort of go, they're sort of really confused, you know.
Yeah.
And then the riff comes in, and then when it drops into the full, drops into the full riff, everyone's like going, oh my God, it's Metallica. Who do these guys think they are?
Well, it was Metallica approved.
It was Metallica approved. Chris Gill, who runs Northside Records, actually got a copy to Metallica's manager, who got it in front of Metallica. So we're saying it's officially
Sanctioned. That's amazing. So, with so many of us not being able to really travel over the past 2 years or so, I'm really keen on armchair travel and travel stories. And I know a few years ago you toured to Italy. Oh, yeah. Were there some European tour highlights?
Italy was pretty good.
I still think of the like white bun filled with sugar and cream that I ate for breakfast. That was my highlight.
And to be cliche, me and Dan had the best pizza there, but it was literally the best pizza.
Yeah.
Very simple.
You'll see there's a strong food theme going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
eating was amazing. But to be fair, the show was also actually really awesome. But the one we did in Rome was really a great show in an old converted, reel-to-reel picture theatre, which had been kind of all snazzed up. And it was just really amazing. And lots of the instrumental tunes that we write connect with the whole breakdance community a lot. And this Rome-based all-female breakdance crew came to our show and just totally threw down for the whole gig with us.
Wow.
And it was that was so good. And like,
It was really cool.
we ended up getting them to do a film clip for us and stuff like remotely once we got back. But it was just a total surprise. We thought it would be a really good kind of fun show. But for me, I think, and for everyone else, would you say that they really
awesome.
made the gig? You
Yeah,
know?
it was
It was just like a total surprise and it was amazing. Yeah. And then we went for dinner afterwards. Also good.
We had food.
I think I remember, and I hope I don't embarrass you on this one, Ivan, about losing something in Italy.
Well, I've lost something in almost every touring country we've gone to. Like in Spain, it was a symbol case, and I can't believe we found it again. And I can't remember what it was actually. In do you remember?
A passport.
A passport. That's right.
Yeah, we remember.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the general theme. There's so much stuff to remember. But I am aloof. If you don't know,
But you made it back.
I did.
We got it sorted, Troy, didn't we?
I did. We did. Dan helped me quite a lot. He became my instant chaperone. Okay, you need to do this. We need to do this. And we were in the booth at whatever AM it was.
Yeah,
it was
Troy's
great.
like, what do you mean we've got to go to the embassy?
Yeah.
Like, let's go to the embassy.
So
Yeah,
I
so you
got
guys went to
schooled.
the embassy, Stella just ate the donuts.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's pretty much how it goes.
That sounds good. I think, Stella, you were onto the right track. We've got a question for you, Stella. This is from Lawrence saying, are there any Women of Soul projects on the horizon?
There sure are.
How about that, Lawrence?
This week, the Malthouse Outdoor Stage. We're going to be doing some amazing shows. Chelsea definitely knows more about than I do. Did you want to talk about that?
Well, I just feel like this is a super conflict of interest. But yes, Stella and I are actually performing on Saturday night with Women of Soul. So I didn't make that up. That came through from Lawrence Moore. Thank you. Stella, do you have any special favourite gig highlights?
So many. I know that I'm going to remember them when I come off stage. I'll just think about that.
Well,
for a
can I
moment.
ask you, I know that you are famous for making this Riparian entrance to Monofoma.
Yes, that was quite fun actually. There was a party on a boat for Dark Mofo years ago, and I had palm fronds on my head, and I was dancing on a boat with all this pink smoke, and yeah, that was lots of fun. That was a really good one. I think I love singing at the recital centre. I love that space. There's so many. Yeah, I might remember them if you want to ask someone else something. But
So many.
yeah, so many.
Well, I've got one more question which I'd like all of you to answer, and I've been asking all of our performers each week, given that we are here at Monash University and there are some incredible artists currently studying music here or just about to finish their degree. And it's been such a challenging time in the arts and music sector. So I'm wondering if you all have any advice to share with any musicians of any age, but particularly ones that are studying in entering the music industry.
Well, Ivan and I met at music school, so
Yeah.
to speak, and I think you do spend a lot of time in your real kind of impression time, really. And so when you have your colleagues and your friends that are a part of that, it's really important to continue that, and we've been playing for very many years since then. And a lot of the other people that I went to the College of the Arts with, I still play with. And so my advice would be to make sure if you've been kind of online, make sure you actually meet your colleagues in person and find your clan, whether it's a particular hangout or it's a particular club or it's a particular jam session. And if you can find your crew, that's where it all starts, really.
And I think just be brave. Don't try to be like anyone else. If you've got something that you feel excited about, share it. And there's so many different ways to share it now. Online or the way that I started singing. I just went to a restaurant and they had a stage, and I actually asked the manager, do you have people sing here? I'd love to sing in your restaurant. And she just said, yeah, come and sing next week if you like. And I quickly got a band together, so I didn't have a band. And I sang, and so just get it out there, and the people will come. People will connect with it, but no one can hear your music or connect with it if you're not sharing it.
Yeah, look at ways to build. Just following on from what Jake was saying, looking at ways to build your community around you, and because there's strength in numbers and strength in supporting each other, and don't worry too much about the things that you can't control, but look at the things you can do. Like, you can make work, you can share work, you can listen to other people's work, you can be a supporter, you can be supported. And those things are things that you can control. You can't necessarily control, like, how many people follow you on Spotify or whatever else, but you can control the making of the work and the love for the work, and they're the things to focus on rather than the other things, I reckon.
Great points. And
I agree.
Yeah, that's excellent. Great. Awesome points. And I don't have much else to say because it's all been said, and I agree with it. But just listening to more genres than maybe you think you should was really helpful for me. Listening, and you just draw from so many different sources to kind of find your end sound actually becomes more complex when you listen to more different genres. Yeah. So, I would just give that little technical tidbit. Yeah.
Great advice. Thank you so much, Jake Mason, Ivan Choi-Kachoyan, Stella Angelico, and Dan West. Please give them another round of applause.
Thank you for joining our Live at the Counts concert series. We'd like to say thank you to Monash University Performing Arts Centre's technical crew and staff for their incredible work. For information on future shows and more extraordinary live performances, follow @Monash PAC.